Cameron Champ, probably the coolest swing out there in many ways, guys, right? To create that much speed with that much efficiency and just look like you're chilling out is pretty impressive, guys, right? You look at that freedom of motion around the spine, you look at that lag, that's what we're focusing on, all right? So obviously Cameron Champ, not a huge guy, but super athletic, creates just unreal club head speed despite looking like he's just chilling out on it. So in terms of ball speed, still ranked #1. He's getting out there into the 190s, no problem. All right, so what we want to do is help you to work towards some of these positions and that lag in the downswing. All right, so in terms of the body positions, let's check it out. So a couple of angles here. Look at the speed in this swing, guys, all right? So complete freedom of motion, super efficient, just working through it all day long, all right? So 192 ball speed there. So we slow this down and have a little look through. Very passive at address, nicely engaged against the ground. And the key is the unloading of the lead hip, okay? And how we use the lead knee to do that creates the tilts in the pelvis that allows you to then create the rotation around the spine. So as we wind this through here, you see off the ball, we're going to trigger with that lead knee. That's working down. That means the lead hip's working down and the trail hip can then work slightly upwards. That helps you turn around the spine. That helps you create that spinal extension at the top. And that means that you can then do the opposite on the way down. So you see there that change of direction. We get up to the top, that left foot is completely unloaded off the ground, the right foot's creating torque and stability, and then because of that, we bring that left hip, that lead hip back down, drive to the target, and then we dial up that lag, guys, all right? So you can see all of these different positions, they require a massive amount of movement across the system, obviously from the lower body, through the hips, through the thoracic spine, and then to get those hands nice and high at the top, right? That's what our first drill is gonna focus on. And then as we drive down, because you've got that height, you can then drive into the ground, rotate with everything you've got, and use that whip on the club head to just absolutely let it go, guys, all right? Let it go. So we're gonna move through onto the down the line. Very similar, you'll see here, there's a slight shift into that trail side. A lot of the longest players have that. It's that little preset. You get that pressure under the right foot. That is loading the swing, guys, right? You can see there, again, just that little bump into the right hip. Then left knee is going down, hands get high at the top, so we've got massive separation between the lead foot and the hands at the top of the swing. That's obviously a wide arc. The further the club travels, the further the ball is going to travel, all things being equal. You can see that the trail hip is higher than the lead hip. We then drive back down and through. Amazing positions, amazing speed. And we're going to look at this lag and impact position as well, guys. All right, so you see how we work through here? Hands are super high. We drive with the hips and then it's across the body. As that body's opening up, we get the right elbow back in front to shallow out the shaft, and then we have to deliver all of that speed as we go vertical with the body, rotational, and work our way through. Okay guys, so physiologically, it takes a lot to swing like Cameron Champ, but we can definitely take some aspects out of that. #1 is going to be creating the best arc and the widest hands possible. To do so, we're going to need a club and an exercise band, guys, all right? So in terms of executing this movement, what I want you to think about is that when we get to the top of the swing, we're creating as much distance from our hands to the lead foot as possible, okay? So what we're going to do here, we're going to wrap that band underneath our lead foot and then put it underneath the hands on the grip, all right? We're not going to hit from this position. That's unnecessary, but we can use the tension of the band to create massive feedback and tension across the whole system to help us get into a better position. Okay, so as we take our normal setup position, the tension of the band will increase as you work to your end range. What you need to do is use that lead side to pressure into the trail side to allow you to create the strength to get into that fully loaded position. Okay, so take your time working through that pattern, hold at the top, understand which parts of the body are really firing, because you're going to be loaded into that trail hip, so the quad, the glutes should be on go. You're going to feel the lats down the lead side of your body, matched with the T-spine, just working really, really hard to maintain. All right, let that shoulder work under the chin, take it to the top, and continue to build the strongest, widest arc possible so we can be fully loaded and ready to go in our backswing. Alright guys, so we created the range, we created that loaded, wide backswing. Now it's time to deliver that lag and that power down into the ground. Alright, so time to get the med ball. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to go into a swing motion. We're going to go into a slight split stance. We're going to have that little bump to shift the weight the same way we do in the swing. We're going to lift up into our backswing and then turn the hips and force down. All right, so I want you to feel here is that as we work towards the ground, the elbows work down first, as well as the hips rotating, and then the release is straight down and vertical. All right, so work both sides so that you are creating balance throughout the system, but really look to execute that in a way that gets the ball as high as possible going back. You then fire through that sequence, right? So you work down into the ground, engaging the lower body, turning the hips, and then finishing with that full send slam at the end range of motion. Oh guys, that's an awesome combination if you want to get your body that step closer to swinging like Cameron Champ, guys. All right, we're going to use that band to create that tension and that wide swing. We're going to use the med ball through sequencing to create massive power into the ground and through your rotation. Okay, so you need to prep the body. You can't just step up and swing like Cam Champ. If you can, you're probably playing pretty good golf already, guys, right? But either way, whatever level that you're at, you can use these two movements here to prepare your body to play your best golf possible, guys, right? This is Tour Player Tuesday. We can always learn from the best, and to get there, we got to put in the work, guys, right? The best place to do so, the Golf What app. It's launch week. Head over, check it out, check the website, join the strongest movement in golf. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, guys, all right? Help us out here and do the work.